Now, former Anambra State helmsman Peter Obi has caught the eye of the main opposition party in my country, your country, the People's Democratic Party.
If you go by that,
yes,
you will discover that Peter Obi does not control any state. When he ran on the platform of the Labour Party.
The problem of the Peter Obi, he ran on the platform of a party and his tribe, the Igbos, voted for him. And they'll always do that.
Lagos voted for him.
Well, Lagos,
he won Lagos.
Listen, there are more Igbos in Lagos than other tribes. I lived in Lagos for more than all part of my life. Since I left England in 1980, I live in Lagos. Lagos is occupied by the Igbos. Lagos, there are Hausa people.
So there are no Yoruba people that voted for Peter Obi in Lagos?
If they are, very small.
And it was there was so much that they defeated the president could not win his home state.
Well,
Atiku won Adamawa his home state. Peter Obi won his home state of Anambra State.
We are talking about Nigeria.
So so we are talking about facts and figures.
Yes, facts and figures. But let me tell you,
Your Excellency, the facts and figures supports the fact that you don't have to be to own any state as a political party to win an election in Nigeria.
No, you have to have people to win. Election is about numbers. Sean, elections are about numbers.
Your party control.
This ADC that you are talking about, I can tell you for free. Give them 3 months. It will die down because all of them are presidential material, and there was only one person that is going to be a president among them, candidate.
Is it not a good thing that there are a lot of presidential material in that party?
It's good.
And they have the best to pick from.
Who are they? There are about 3 or so that are looking for president. And see, Atiku has been a vice president of Nigeria. So for him, president or nothing. Peter Obi ran under Labour. His ambition is to become a president. For your information, the information available to me is that any moment from now, Peter Obi will go back to PDP and run as a presidential candidate under PDP. So that leaves Vice President Atiku and Amechi. Tell me which state they control. I want to ask you. You told me that the heavyweights. Tell me the heavyweights. Which state?
I think you okay. So if you go by that,
yes,
you will discover that Peter Obi does not control any state. When he ran on the platform of the Labour Party.
The problem of the Peter Obi, he ran on the platform of a party and his tribe, the Igbos, voted for him. And they'll always do that.
Lagos voted for him.
Well, Lagos,
he won Lagos.
Listen, there are more Igbos in Lagos than other tribes. I lived in Lagos for more than all part of my life. Since I left England in 1980, I live in Lagos. Lagos is occupied by the Igbos. Lagos, there are Hausa people.
So there are no Yoruba people that voted for Peter Obi in Lagos?
If they are, very small.
And it was there was so much that they defeated the president could not win his home state.
Well,
Atiku won Adamawa his home state. Peter Obi won his home state of Anambra State.
We are talking about Nigeria.
So so we are talking about facts and figures.
Yes, facts and figures. But let me tell you,
Your Excellency, the facts and figures supports the fact that you don't have to be to own any state as a political party to win an election in Nigeria.
No, you have to have people to win. Election is about numbers. Sean, elections are about numbers.
Your party controlled Kanu. Your party controlled Kaduna, but you lost it in 2023. Your party controlled Lagos. You lost it.
The trouble about 2023 election, there's so many things that happen. And we know them. We have taken inventory. We have ever corrected it. But I can not tell you on television so that you go and tell our opponents that APC have already put together all their problems. We We know where the problem lies, and we have already put a machinery in place to correct, and we have corrected a lot of them.
Now, former Anambra State helmsman Peter Obi has caught the eye of the main opposition party in my country, your country, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Obi had quit ABGA, remember, and PDP before now. He became the presidential flag bearer for the Labour Party in 2023. Today, a founding member of the PDP, Professor Jerry Ghana, has let it be known that the party is holding discussions with Peter Obi ahead of the 2027 general election. Would Peter Obi return home? We are waiting for what happens next.
Yes, if Peter Obi decides to go back to PDP, it's a strong platform. PDP, despite the problems that they are having, it's a strong platform. But I don't think he should do that. Because one, if he goes back to PDP, there is no guarantee.
Mayor, you are humoring me.
There is no.
You know he's watching you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You should not do that. Because there is no guarantee that he's even going to get a ticket in PDP. That is number one. And yes, because there's no guarantee that he will get the ticket. Because there are some tendencies within the PDP now who are in control of the decisions within the party.
Yeah.
And it will be difficult for him to come back and win the primaries, except they are not going to do the primary. If they decide that they are going to do primary, I can't see him winning the primary to be the candidate of the party. But PDP is a stronger platform than Labour Party, where he's currently is. And it's been trying to associate with the so-called coalition in ADC, which again, I don't see him getting anything there because Atiku seems to have locked down ADC. And when they do the primary, Atiku is likely to emerge as the candidate. But what that says, even if he goes back to PDP, what that means is that history may likely repeat itself. In the 2023 election, there were 3 major candidates. And because of that, the President Tinubu emerged because the 2 other people were able to reduce their votes, Obi in Labour from PDP, what could have been a PDP vote. And I see that happening again because whether in PDP or whether in Labour, Obi is not going to contest under ADC. So Obi is going to run on another platform, either Labour or PDP, if PDP decides to hand over their ticket to him. And then you will still have Atiku that is going to run in ADC.
Hand over the ticket to the South.
To him, because Professor Jerry Ghana is an elder within the party. And he's saying that, they are trying to talk to him so that they can say that, let the South, since the president is from the South, and the South is expected to spend the 8 years on the unwritten law that between both parties. But what I'm saying is that if they decide, even if they decide to hand over the ticket to him, that will not change the scenario because we'll still have the same scenario. The only difference is just that Atiku, instead of being PDP, will now be in ADC, and will be, instead of being in Labour, will be in PDP. But what I'm saying is that we'll still have the same different parties, and there's no way. The only way the opposition stands a chance to defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is if all of them come together within a party,
under
in a party,
an umbrella,
under one umbrella, all of them.
Yeah.
If they decide to take him on in separate parties, they can never win. Never.
Mayor, I know you are not speaking for BKO. BKO has his way of weighing in on things like this. BKO, let's turn things over to you. Are you there?
Yeah, yes, I am. Professor Jerry Ghana has been in the party forever. And to people like Jerry Ghana, people like Sule Lamido, Nigeria's former foreign affairs minister, former governor of, full-time governor of Jigawa State.
Yeah.
PDP is home. They have no intention to join any other party. And people like Dr. Babangida Ali, former governor of Niger State, they are in that bracket. They do not want to go elsewhere. So they want to stay in the PDP and rebuild it. And one of the positive signs emerged in the course of last week when they finally agreed on the convention for the party. And that the convention has been fixed for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan. Before now, to even have a NEC, to agree on a date for a NEC meeting, it took PDP forever. Months they could not agree on a NEC meeting. But you can see they've now agreed on a convention. And ahead of that convention, they've also decided that the presidency will now be zoned to the south of Nigeria, which makes people like Peter Obi eminently qualified to throw their hat in the ring.
Yeah.
But if he goes there, PDP governors have a history of backing one of their own for the presidential ticket.
Yeah.
In 2019, because Atiku chose Peter Obi as his
running mate.
Yeah. The PDP governors at that time, they were very angry, and they said he shouldn't have chosen Peter Obi, that he should have consulted them so that amongst them they can then present a candidate. The governors of PDP believe that they own the party. And it's just like that in the APC too, where the APC had crisis. One of the governors emerged as caretaker chairman, the governor of Yobe. The governors decided to extend his stay. And when the governors got fed up of the antics, of what they felt Malabune was doing, they decided that, Malabune's time should come to an end. Yeah. He actually fancied his chances of conducting the primaries of the party at that time, but the governors said no, that they will put someone else, and then they put another former governor in charge of the party. So if Peter Obi listens to Professor Jerry Gana, who has been mandated to help woo some former PDP members back into his fold, with the argument that they are now rebuilding, that they've been able to put their house in order based on this decision that they have reached to have a convention where a new chairman will emerge, where the zoning formula would be
concretized.
Yes, concretized, and positions should be zoned to various geopolitical zones and all that.
Yeah.
To them, that shows that they are ready for business. That the big crisis that they faced, which led to defection of many members, has now come to an end. So that is what they want to use to appeal to Peter Obi, that look, come to our party. And Peter Obi is facing crisis in the Labour Party. Whether he likes it or not, he's not sure of how the courts will resolve the lingering contest between his own faction, where Governor Oti also belongs, and the Abure faction. Nobody can say with finality that this is how it will end. So the PDP are trying to tell him that, look, since nobody knows how the crisis will end, come to our place. We are going to give you the ticket. The ticket has been zoned the south, so come. But he should know in his heart that the governors would rather back one of them the same way they did in 2019 when they rejected Peter Obi and decided to give, some of them did anti-party and gave Atiku and gave Buhari votes that he wouldn't have received if they had been together. So they are not likely to support him this time, because they would rather support maybe a Makinde. This contest for the soul of PDP is between Makinde and Wike. Makinde, by successfully convincing stakeholders in the party to allow the convention to hold in Ibadan, has gained a kind of hedge in this whole battle for the soul of the PDP.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the convention, which will produce a new chairman, if tendencies loyal to Makinde succeed in producing the chairman and some critical members of the ESCO and NWC, it then means that it could help Makinde to become the standard bearer of the party in May 2026.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
2026,
Yeah.
when they will have an a convention that will produce the
flag bearer.
candidate presidential election. Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe that Makinde has a chance, and it's been speculated that Makinde will have Bala as his deputy. That combination, there's no way Peter Obi can do anything against such a combination. And he's not even known to have won a primary election of this size. It's not known. He has not got the resources to counter those governors. So if he goes there, it's best for him to remain where he will simply be given the ticket without sweating.
Thank you, BKO. You know, Mayor, I will agree with Otto von Bismarck. He said politics is not an exact science. But sociologists have told you and I that politics is a behavioral science.
Yeah, because in politics,
okay,
you can project, you can plan, and because it's about interest. What is important in politics is about interest, and that is why it's going to be very interesting in 2027. Right now, there are two tendencies within PDP right now: the Wike faction and the governors faction.
Okay.
And I think the governors faction is the most powerful faction within the party.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come, and you see, elders like Jerry Ghana may want to do things, but they don't have the power to impose somebody.
So guys, you can see that the APC is now confirming that Peter Obi is already moving to the PDP. Assuming that is even the reality, Peter Obi is being welcomed by the coalition. Peter Obi is being welcomed by the PDP. Even the Labour Party, Abure's faction recently said they are giving Peter Obi chance. He should choose between coalition and Labour Party, meaning that Abure is still interested in Peter Obi, because since Peter Obi ditched the Labour Party, go and check, that party has collapsed. Anyway, I love the reaction coming from TVC, you know, saying that Peter Obi should just go back and fix the Labour Party. Yes, that means at least they said something reasonable, because for some people they will start insulting Peter Obi is just running around and all that. See, politics in Nigeria, these politicians have made things so difficult, you know. You must have heard Peter Obi saying that it is still these politicians that are causing the catastrophe you are seeing happening in the Labour Party. You could still remember what happened during the election. Papa and what's his name again? The other guy. They were busy dragging Peter Obi, dragging Abure. Then now they've gone to reconcile with Abure, trying to woo Peter Obi, but Abure doesn't want to leave that position again, because nobody knows what happened in the last election if Abure was instrumental. Because I would say that yes, he was there to help, but you never can tell what APC is doing, causing confusion all over the place, is making the party not to be stable. And that's what Peter Obi is trying to avoid. He's not the owner of the party. He was given opportunity to use that party to run for the last election. He's not the one to dictate what happens in that election. So his own is either he decides to stay or to leave. And Peter Obi is trying to play safe, because if he puts all his egg in one basket, you see the movement of Abure, Arabambi, all of them, what they are trying to do. They claim they own the party. Tomorrow they might just decide to, like, you know, make Peter Obi to find himself again in another form of crisis, which is what Peter Obi has intelligence, you know. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to play safe. For the fact that he gets to the coalition, all obedience are saying is that they want to vote for Peter Obi, no matter where he goes to. So now the PDP is waiting Peter Obi to come. Now, consider the fact that Wike is there, and Makinde is also vying for the position of the president. I don't know what Makinde has achieved to start eyeing presidency. That's another mistake of the PDP. As in, it's even better to have allowed Atiku than a Makinde whom we've not seen any major transformation in the state he has led. You know, he has been leading for some time. We've not seen anything Makinde has done to say, oh, I want to fight for president. As in, what are the landmarks it's going to present to Nigerians that this is what I've achieved being a governor of Oyo State, and that is what I want to replicate in Nigeria. But for Peter Obi, we can see some giant steps that he took as governor. And when he's telling Nigerians, he's saying, I've done it in a small way, I'm going to do it in a bigger way. Just give me the opportunity. So sometimes you just keep wondering, why is it that PDP keep making this kind of mistake? Now, there are two people now hijacking the PDP, Makinde on one hand, Wike on the other hand. So you have the Wike's faction, you have the Makinde's faction. And from this analysis, or the analysis they've made, they are trying to say that if Peter Obi goes to the PDP, it's going to be difficult because they might decide to say primaries. So Makinde will not want to succumb. Wike might not want to succumb. Wike might not really be vying, but he might have his own candidate to present during the primary. So, and they may say they don't want to succumb. Like Mr. Jerry Ghana is just speaking as an elder statesman. He's not going to be the one to decide. Don't forget that the money bags, they know how to manipulate people. And the PDP has been known as that party that uses money when it comes to anything, election or primaries or whatever, you know. Now, when you look at the whole scenario, honestly, PDP will not be a safer ground for Peter Obi, if I'm to say. PDP will not be a safer ground for Peter Obi. And now the coalition, people are saying that Atiku cannot allow his suffering to gather the coalition. He's like the one that built that coalition, now invited Peter Obi to come and give him votes. So Atiku might end up not wanting to let go the coalition, you know, him stepping down for Peter Obi. Even if he wants to step down, they might insist that they should be primaries. And if they should be primaries, Atiku might have his own candidate that he will present. And he's going to like pretend as if he's not the one vying, but he's the one running through that person. And Peter Obi may not get the ticket of the coalition. So guys, what do you think? Do you think Peter Obi should go back to the Labour Party? And you know, the worst part of all this is that INEC is not stepping up to the case of Labour Party. The court is not doing justice to all that. Everything is just stagnant. I mean, if INEC had come out to declare their stance on the Labour Party, who is the chairman, who is not the chairman, the court settles this, I think Peter Obi will have a better place to like say, okay, this is where I'm going to start. So I'm just looking at it as you are calling Peter Obi, it's not in his hand. The court has to decide, INEC has to decide, and all that. And these are the people the Tinubu's government has so much influence over. I mean, the court and INEC, Tinubu and the APC, they might decide to tell the court to sit on a Labour Party matter until Peter Obi is like, Peter Obi is left stranded. You know what is obtainable in the Nigerian system? And that's why I have to like say, if it's possible for Peter Obi to go back to the Labour Party, I think the court should really help to resolve the issues in the Labour Party. Let the factions come together. And like that Ahmed has been saying, that he still believes that the Labour Party can do better for Peter Obi than Peter Obi going to all these parties. Anyway, guys, this is my own idea that Peter Obi should also like, I know it's not easy. You might not know the pressure in this ways, considering the corruption in Nigeria. Considering that people are just looking for their pockets, not to serve the masses. Peter Obi and Tati Ahmed, they want to serve the people. These are people that are already made. They want to serve the people. But the systems in place have been hijacked. That's the problem. It has been hijacked. I wish the constitution provides for independent candidates. Peter Obi won't be going through all this. He will just run on his own. Nigerians will come out and vote for him. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to rest it there. Let me know your thoughts on all this analysis. Let me know your thoughts on what you think Peter Obi should be doing next and how, Peter Obi, the steps Peter Obi should take to avoid any of these mistakes that we are trying to prevent. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.